argument between wigs allowed, not allowed, has been going on for many years. We had a little bit of a different perspective about it, actually rehashing a 14-year-old issue about the fact that the problem with wigs is not regarding the halacha of it's allowed or not allowed because of modesty, it's allowed or not allowed because you're Ashkenazi or Sephardi. The problem with wigs is because it's Avodah Zarah. And the reason why is because after serious research we did, we confirmed that it's virtually impossible to find a wig that does not have a source of Avodah Zarah. To find a wig that does not have a source that came from the temples in India. There are only a couple of places you can get wigs, unless you get it directly from a person, which I don't see anyone walking around with a bald head these days saying, oh, I just sold my hair. But let's say you found somebody. Okay, so Ashrecha, you found one person. The other 99.9% of the population that are getting wigs and hair extensions and so on are getting it from stores. And those stores are getting it from factories. There are two major factories. 99% of the wigs are coming from India, who then sends it for processing in China, who then sends it to processing somewhere in Europe, either France or Italy, or one of the other European countries. So that's why when it gets to the United States or anywhere else, it says made in Italy, made in England, made in France. But the last time anyone visited France, Italy, or any of these places, you don't see Italian people walking around with bald heads. That's because it's not made in Italy. It just says made in Italy because the last part of the processing was in Italy. But the actual hair itself, the foundation of the hair, it comes from India. Also, the hair that says made in Brazil, from the few people that I know that are from Brazil, they told me that they most likely will allow themselves to starve to death before they shave their head to sell it. They'll allow themselves to starve to death before they hurt their own beauty. Like, oh, why would they sell their hair? To me, they thought I was crazy when I asked them. So anyway, that's the main source. The other 0.9%, if it's even that much, comes from Russian jails. There apparently is a organization somewhere in Russia that goes to the women jails and forces the women to shave their heads. So it's either it's coming from Avodah Zarah or it's coming from unethical behavior. Either way, it's obviously not allowed, or it's coming from dead people. So we did this research, Baruch Hashem, and this organization in New Jersey, in New York, actually wrote a whole paper about it using all of our research. Baruch Hashem, over the last week, it became a very big hit. Rabbi Laser Brody from the Breslov Center also included it in his blog, and said himself that even though he's not one to speak about the topic, he doesn't go against one side or the other, even though his wife wears a kisui rosh with a mitpachat, with a scarf. He says, listen, I understand that there's Ashkenazi customs and so on, so I don't even talk about it. But now it's a different problem. Now it has nothing to do with minagim. Now it has to do with Avodah Zarah. Now it has to do with, idol worship. And with idol worship, we learned from the Torah that if anything was ever used for idol worship, a Jew is never allowed to enjoy it in any way, shape, or form. So that's a different problem. That has nothing to do with customs. That has to do with Torah.